So, what did I do on Friday? We were a little bit late in picking up the rental car. Not picking up the rental car, it's the half of our passengers were a little late, but hey, we made it up. We stopped in an en route on the way. I mean, spoiler alert, we were going to Toronto. Wow. Who would have guessed? It's not like Anime North advertises where it is. No siree. It's like, there's no spoilers here. I was in Toronto. There's no point in hiding that. Like, saying I went to Anime North already implies I was in Toronto. There's no point in hiding that. So we stopped by, like, a rest station on the way. We got some Popeyes, and for some reason, for some strange reason, one of our friends, he ordered chicken, and it took him like 15 minutes to get the order to him. I don't know why. We still don't know why. It's really kind of stupid. Oh yeah, we showed up in Anime North. Well, before we went to Anime North, we stopped by the Airbnb that we were staying at. It was a nice, cozy little place. We were staying in the basement. That's the Airbnb section. The basement came with a bathroom with a shower, a living room area, a kitchen area, two bedrooms, and the beds were big enough to fit two people, but, you know, for some reason, half of our friends decided to sleep on the couch instead. I'm sure they had their reasons. Anyways. Big bed. How would I rate the bed? 7 out of 10. Kinda hard. Pillow was a little too soft. And, it got really cold at night. But hey, at least the TV was nice. They had a Roomba too. And always, the eternal universal struggle. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's alone in this, but the bathroom struggle when you're at a new house. Figuring out how the shower works. I will admit it took me about 30 seconds to figure out how it worked. There were no labels, no H for hot, no C for cold. I just had to figure that shit out on my own. And hope I got it right the first time. Spoiler alert, I did. The boy Thunderbird VT figuring out how to use showers. Beating the allegation.
No. It's not true. That's impossible!
I was not riding in the rental car, dressed up as Kawa. No. I had that packed up separately. And once we got to the Airbnb, that's when I got changed. And that's also when I got the badge. We got the lanyard for it. Anime North 2026 Weekend Pass. Thunderbird VT. 30 years! Can you believe it's 30 years? I am only slightly older than Anime North. That's kind of scary to think about. And don't worry about it. So we got the pass. I did not realize it came with its own like default lanyard. I just kind of assumed that I had to bring my own lanyard. So I did bring my own lanyard. It was the Fate Grand Order lanyard I got from Anime NYC, I believe 22 or 23. It was one of those years. It was the year I went and dressed as Kamen Rider Rose. Anyways, this time I'm dressing up as Kamen Rider Tycoon. You're seeing a theme here, right? Just dressing up as Kamen Riders, whether it be in suit or in the civilian clothes. So after getting dressed, after dropping off all our stuff, we made our way to the con. Luckily, we picked an Airbnb that was only like 10 minutes away from the con, from the Toronto Congress Center, the TCC. And thankfully, since we already got our passes ahead of time, we didn't have to line up in the big lines to get our passes. We could just walk right in. Just straight in. No problemo. The only problemo was finding a parking spot. We had to park like pretty near the back. Opening day, it's to be expected. But still, it kind of sucks. But I was in cosplay. I had my badge ready. I made sure I had everything right. And you know, the first thing I had to do was, I noticed there was a Kamen Rider panel at 6 o'clock. We started at 5. Cons opens at 5, so I just made my way to the appropriate place. I think it was in the Delta Hotel, right across the street. And on the way there, I passed by Wooly Versus, Reggie, and Super Eye Patch Wolf. But I could tell they were in a hurry, so I didn't say hi to them. So I cross the street, make my way to the Delta Hotel, figure out where the hell's going on. Turns out the panel is upstairs. So I make my way upstairs. There's a line. We gotta wait in line. Gotta prep the rooms, make sure everything is in order, make sure all the technology is working. And once it was time, they let us in. I took my seat near the front. I think it was the same 3 panelists that did the previous Kamen Rider discussion panels from years past. I know because one of them was in Yusuke Godai cosplay. Like the hair, the plaid shirt, the white t-shirt underneath with the Kuga logo on it. I gotta say, it's very well done. As for the Kamen Rider panel itself, it's very informative if you're new to Kamen Rider. But since I've already seen this panel before, like, I knew what the whole spiel about. It was celebrating 55 years of kicking evil in the face. Can you believe it? 55 years of Kamen Rider? It's a beautiful thing. Almost brings a tear to my eye. But anyways, there were other Kamen Rider cosplayers there, besides me and besides the panelists. I saw Kamen Rider Valet, Kamen Rider Black, Kamen Rider Snipe, Bang Bang Simulations version. So with like the whole battleship motif. It's like, damn, carrying around those heavy cannons on your shoulders, that's some dedication, buddy. I salute you, whoever you are. You're probably not listening to the stream. That's fine. You'll probably never ever see the VOD either. That's fine too. I just gotta say, all the Kamen Rider cosplays I saw, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday, all well made. Like, I'm counting both the civilian cosplays and the rider suit cosplays. Both amazing to see. Like, I saw some of the photos of the ones I didn't see. I saw Decade, I saw Tsukasa, I saw Baku, I saw Sento. I think that's it in terms of civilians. In terms of actual rider suits, from the photos, there was Decade, there was Garen, Genom, Dangerous Zombie, there was Kickhopper. I think there was a Black RX as well. I'll need to check this Discord later. I got invited to the Tokusatsu Anime North Discord while I was perusing through the Artist Alley, but I'm jumping all over the place. Anyways, back to the Kamen Rider discussion panel, yep. Oh yeah, there was an AG and an On cosplayer as well. In my personal opinion, the Kamen Rider panel is very beginner friendly. It gives you a few places to like. It gives you a good rundown of what Kamen Rider is about, a quick synopsis of whatever series they want to talk about. Like, they were taking requests from the audience to say, which Kamen Rider series do you want us to talk about? And to share their opinions. And talk about, like, the writers, especially Inoue. Everyone's a big fan of Inoue. Kusaka is, like, the most Inoue character ever. So, after the Kamen Rider panel, I made my way to the Friday-only Nominoichi event, which is Anime North's kind of like, in the simplest terms, it's like Anime North flea market. Where it's like, not like big name store vendors or anything like that, but it's like congoers themselves selling their own anime merch that they want to get rid of. You can find some real good gems there. And that is where, I guess I should do this in chronological order. That is where I got this big ass Race Queen Baltimore figure. Maybe I need to like take a hold of this webcam. There we go. There we go. Zoom out. Look at it in all its beauty. Race Queen Baltimore. And yes, I bought it for $2. I don't know if you can see all the details, but it comes with like the figure, the hat. I think the flag's in the back. There's a Manju there. I don't know if I can angle this right. No, there's too much glare. There's also like a different faceplate. I figured I should show like the things I get in like chronological order. Other thing I got in Nominoiji is this Azure Lane, New Jersey Bunny Girl trading card deck box for, as you can see, $20. Alright. I think I was saving this for stream. I can start assembling this live on stream. It's not that hard. I have purchased many a trading card game deck box in my life. So as you can see, it's simple folding together and held together by physics. Now I'm just trying to figure out which way do I do this. Clearly you have to go like this, then go like this. Oh wait. This goes that way, so that this can go this way. Or maybe not. Maybe I had it right the first time. Imagine that. Me getting something right on the first try. Only happens in video games. Alright. So you do the same thing on the other side. Hold it. Push the flaps down so they go in the gaps. And just like that. Bam. You have a new storage box. Look at that. See? Easy. And I got Extremely Hot Bunny Girl on the box. Azure Lane. Yongshi, Manju, Eagle Union, the USS New Jersey. Still afloat. Next up on the docket, the Wooly Versus panel at 8 o'clock. I've been watching Wooly ever since he was part of the Best Friends Zaibatsu group. I've heard tales of Fighterpedia, but I didn't watch all the episodes of Fighterpedia. And I do listen to the Castle Super Beast podcast whenever I can. Spoiler alert, I always can. Anyways. It's so surreal thinking about it. I started watching him when I was a teenager. Now he has a kid. Now he's married, he has a kid. And now Pat's on the other side of the country now. Pat also has a kid. But it was Wooly, like I mentioned before, it's Wooly and Reggie at the panel. And also Super Eye Patch Wolf was sitting on the side, providing well-timed heckling. And my favorite part of the panel was the Q&A section, where I finally got to see the person behind the Symphogear Hibiki Itasha that I saw not only the last time I went to Anime North, but was present again at this Anime North, and was parked in the parking lot with all the other Itasha cars. Which I kind of realize now saying Itasha car is kind of redundant, because Itasha translates roughly to pain car, which you could read it as cringe car. So saying Itasha car is kind of redundant. Anyways, the guy who created the Hibiki Itasha, he got invited up to a question, but he didn't have a question. He had a demand. He demanded Wooly to watch Symphogear. Like, Wooly has seen the clips. Wooly knows that Hibiki is like the ultimate punch girl. But Wooly's response was equally funny. He's like, at this point, it'd be funnier if I didn't watch it. Which, you know, kind of true. Not completely true, but kind of true. And with that, I believe the panel was over at around 9-ish. I think I took a quick look around Artist Alley and vendors. No, just Artist Alley. I was trying to scope out anything. I was looking for any Alice Genshin Impact prints. You know, so I could get something for Kikuko Inoue to sign. That's gonna be a big story later on. Put a pin on that. Anyways, I didn't find any Alice Genshin Impact stuff. Surprising really. There was still Genshin stuff in the Artist Alley, but not as much as I thought there would be. Anyways, what do I talk about next? Oh yeah, it was getting late, 9, 10 o'clock. We're going to anime cons in our 30s together. Which means, you know, we're getting older. It's time to go home, get some food. Maybe get some supplies for the weekend. I got a couple of Gatorade balls to keep me hydrated. We stopped by a local Hakka place. I got the General Tao chicken. Combined it with my rice. It was very delicious. I also watched the Oklahoma City Thunder versus San Antonio Spurs game. The Western Conference Finals. The series was tied 1 apiece at that time I was watching. I believe the Thunder won. They had a noticeable lead in the fourth quarter, so I assume they won. And the fact that I saw like that guy from Hamilton, Gorgeous Alexander, yeah, he got MVP. So I assume that means the Oak City Thunder won. I mean, it'd be pretty weird to give MVP to the losing team. Just saying. But that was the end of day 1. End of day 1. Starting to get a headache. Took some meds for that. Forgot my phone charger, but I didn't forget my battery charger, so unfortunately, for some reason, the battery charger is slow. That's supposed to be fast, so I had to leave that thing plugged in all night. But I digress. Mistakes were made, lessons were learned. Just gotta hang on to the edge of tomorrow. Hey, you. Yes, you. You watching the video right now. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you'll always know when the next video is uploaded.